House is the owner of Center Collision in Tacoma at 1111 Center Street. We are a collision shop that is able to repair and paint cars after being in an accident and make it look like it never happened. We work with all insurance companies, but are not contracted for work with any of them. We've been in business for, it says 19, but I'm guessing it's 20. 20 years. Are you going to have a party?
Retirement party in about another 50.
For 20 years, with 9 of them being at this location. Kevin began his business by working out of his garage at his house as a hobby. Kevin has been married to Debbie for 18 years, and they have 6 children, 3 boys and 3 girls, ranging from 12 to 31. Has that changed?
14 to 33 now.
Okay, but not in the numbers.
No.
Okay. Just check.
Not that I know of.
Kevin loves the outdoors, and when he's not working, you can find him snowmobiling, skiing, boating, camping, quadding at the sand dunes, or playing games with friends. Kevin is also very involved with his church and volunteers as a Boy Scout leader. Everybody please welcome Kevin House.
Ooh, sounds like a cool guy. And you mentioned scouts, and Thomas Bird used to be my scout troop. So we've known each other a long time. So I am going to be talking today about public relations. And so that's what we'll kind of get to this towards the end of it. John, would you mind keep me on time track? You have a watch, okay. So my first experience with public relations was, well, backtrack just a little bit. Saturday we're going to the Daffodil Parade. My son's plays trombone, and so he's going. He goes, he's going to march in the parade. He goes, Dad, didn't you march in the parade when you were younger? And I said, yeah, I did. You know, and it got me thinking about it. I was in Nebraska. I was a teenager, and I started high school in Nebraska before we moved out here. And our marching band, there's 2 things in Nebraska that are really big on. Football, go Big Red Cornhuskers, and marching bands was huge, okay? So the marching band, it would start kind of like football. A couple weeks before high school started, we're out there marching, and to tell you the honest truth, we weren't too excited about it because, you know, summer was still on, but, you know, they wanted us, if we're going to be in the band, we had to be part of this marching before school even started. So anyways, but the thing about it was our band was really good, and we actually took first place in the state 3 years in a row, and third time we got to keep the governor's trophy, and it was really pretty cool. But my first year there, I kept hearing this thing about, you know, like, well, don't do that, that'd be a bad PR, you know, or better watch that, that's going to be bad PR. And I don't even know what PR is, you know, but I know it's bad, you know, whatever it was, you know. And anyways, it just seemed like everything we did is like, you know, it had something to do with, like, we had to be thinking about the PR. I'm like, I don't even know what PR is, but I'm going to watch for it. And anyways, so here's the story. I finally got it when we got to hear something had happened the year before I got there. And what it was is the band went to, they were doing their marching routine, and they were right in front of the judges, and they were doing the overture. Was it 1812? Was there anybody know anything particular about, you just said it, cannons?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when that cannon went off, what do you think flew up in the air?
Dangerous chickens.
A rubber chicken. So that didn't go over too well with our band leader. So it ended up, that's all that everybody remembered about. And that was his thing. He goes, you know, you guys did such a great job, but the only thing they're going to remember about that was when you guys threw that dumb chicken up in the air. You know, when the cannons went off. So it was funny, but anyways, so that was my first exposure with PR. So anyways, can I get 4 volunteers? All right. I looked up some definitions of PR, and did you raise your hand, John? Okay. So there's a couple different variations of it. So I've got one here, and then we'll just go around the room here. So one definition is using the news or business press to carry positive stories about your company or your products, cultivating a good relationship with local press representatives. Who's got number 1?
Public relations is a statistic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their publics.
Okay, number 2.
It's this guy. Public relations involves the planned promotion of goods, services, and images of organizations intended to create goodwill for a person, place, or event.
Okay, number 3.
Public relations is the practice of managing the spread of information between an individual or an organization, such as a business, government agency, or a nonprofit organization, and the public.
Okay, John.
I don't read good.
Okay. Somebody else want to read?
Just numbers. Public relations is the opposite of advertising. In advertising, you pay to have your message placed in the newspaper, TV, or radio spot. In public relations, the article that features your company is not paid for. The reporter, whether broadcast or print, writes about or films your company as a result of information he or she received and or researched.
Okay, so can anybody tell me what the most effective PR campaign was of 2014?
Oh yeah.
You guessed it, Ice Bucket Challenge.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, so probably everybody remembers that ASL, ASL Ice Bucket Challenge. I don't know, but I know it was really extremely cold. But anyways, what are some other campaigns you guys have experienced or maybe been part of or heard about that stand out to you as a public relation type of campaign? Now the difference, a lot of people do charity things, and sometimes you hear about, sometimes you don't. PR is totally different. PR is a completely planned event where they're trying to persuade the public to think a certain thing. So, Rick.
The football player that beat his wife in the elevator, he launched a pretty good campaign to get himself back on the football team.
Okay, yep, and a lot of people do that. You kind of see some of that good and bad in politics, campaigns to destroy a person, so.
Hillary Clinton did it too.
Yeah, well, that's
I didn't get that email.
probably where you see it the most. One campaign I remember was Domino's Pizza. Do you guys remember like a few years ago, they kind of realized, hey, our pizza's not that good, doesn't look good, people are, saying bad things about it. They kind of publicly acknowledged it and took the company a whole different direction, and now I think it was pretty effective. They seem to, it's stepped up a notch. But it's not like they just did it and hoped people would realize, hey, our product's better now. They publicly acknowledged it. This was a campaign. They decided they were going to start and they were going to, change the whole mindset of the public, and I think they did a good job.
I like the new Lincoln and like Buick and stuff. It's not your grandma's Buick or anymore, or it's not your grandma's. That's just a different campaign. It's not for charity or anything, but it's changing the way people think about things.
And that's exactly what PR is about, is to really take people's mindset and turn it the direction that they want it to go. Is anybody doing any current PR campaigns in their business right now?
Mary Kay is, they are giving away millions of dollars to start and also help domestic violence. So they have the homes that they have set up, and they go on, like day shows and stuff, and give away millions of dollars to these groups that have homes set up to take care of domestic violence situations.
Okay. Anybody else?
Evergreen Home Loans, like for example, they were voted one of the best places to work for 2015 in Seattle. So they were featured in Seattle Met Magazine as one of the best places to work. So they didn't pay for the advertising, but they were promoted as a good company to work for.
They didn't pay for the advertising?
No, because it was a magazine sponsored kind of contest.
Right.
Vote for the best company to work for. So
Okay.
the employees' feedback is what made the winner.
Sure.
So it looks like it's unbiased.
Right.
But it's good PR for the firm.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. So why would you say, John, the one you read was PR is the opposite of advertising? Okay. Why? Well, advertising costs money. Okay. PR, kind of. Okay. And the costs go kind of to different places. So why would you say? Can anybody think of why? Sierra kind of just mentioned it. PR is more effective than advertising.
Because it's unbiased.
Okay, that's you're on the right track. Anybody else?
Advertisers are being advertised to, and they know that it's your message that's shaped the way you want it to be shaped. And if they don't think you're the one shaping the message, that someone else is, even though most of the time the company receiving the PR is actually shaping the message. It comes across more in a more positive light.
Okay. So John, why don't you tell everybody that you're a really awesome guy?
Well, it's interesting. I have a thing, I haven't really thought about sending, but I qualified for our Circle Reward trip this year.
Okay.
And they sent me this letter that I'm supposed to send to the newspaper and have them say, John Bailey made it to this thing, like anyone cares.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
But just tell everybody here in the room that, I mean, you know you're an awesome guy. Just tell
I'm
everybody.
a really awesome guy.
Okay, all right. John's an awesome guy. Okay. Now, Sierra,
That works.
why don't you tell everybody that John's an awesome guy?
I don't know, I'm a Christian and
Okay, anybody unethical wants to take this challenge on? No.
John Bailey is such an awesome guy.
Okay.
Man, that's coming from a Christian.
That, I mean, and what you just said is perfect because it came from another source. You know, we're all tooting our own horn. You know, you know if you believe it or not. And I relate that kind of back to on your website. You know, when you do the Google searches and you know when you're looking up auto repair and the top 3 are kind of highlighted in yellow, you know darn well that they paid to be there. Well, most people at least know that. And the ones below it are organically legitimate and have basically earned the right to be where they're at because of all they've updated their content, they've got good reviews, and they're not paying to be there. They're there because they've earned that spot. Okay, so that's kind of how PR works, and the benefit of PR is that your third party's endorsing it, so it's not yourself. Let's see. Another good thing is, well, it's more cost effective, and you don't really pay directly for PR. You pay it kind of indirectly, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. What I got going on here, and the other thing is that it generally reaches a wider audience. Do you have a question or?
No, I was just, I was just preparing your,
My stake in the claim here.
this is how many referrals get.
Yes. Okay. All right. We'll get. Hey, I'm going to cut it short. We need to get to that. Okay. So generally, your PR is going to it's going to reach a larger audience, and I'll give you an example of that here in just a few minutes. But when you're doing your own advertising, it's going to reach who you want it to reach. But when somebody else is talking about you, there's a good possibility that somebody else could pick it up and say, "Hey, that's really cool. I want to know more about that. That's really interesting." Or it just tends to reach a wider audience, and you definitely have more greater credibility. So, how are we doing on time here? So you should consider this question. You know, I've never really done any PR in the past, and I recently I went to a convention just a couple weeks ago. It was in New Orleans, and the theme was public relations. I'm like, wow, I'm always kind of interested in that. So they talked about all different types of ways that we could get in the public's eye, ways we could get involved in, give back to community, be part of the community, and get other people to endorse our business. And the one I really liked was a program started about 3 years ago, and that's what you're looking at right here is called Wheels to Prosper. And Wheels to Prosper was started by two, three guys that were in this group that I'm in, which we have a consulting company that they're based out of California. And when we have these conventions, we all get together, and we're all mechanic shops, tire shops, auto body shops. We all get together and we talk about things that are working in our business besides other things. And a couple years ago, one guy was doing a kind of a thing where he was giving away a car every year, and he called it Wheels to Change. His name's Jim Anderson. He's in Iowa. Anyways, he told everybody about that, and they're like, wow, that sounds like a really good idea. You give away a car, and he said, yeah, you know, the local news stations, they always get involved, and they want to run a story on it. And they're like, wow, this all sounds pretty good, you know. And matter of fact, he's never paid more than $1,000 for a car he's given away, because usually somebody will donate it or he'll get something really cheap. And I mean, when you're in this industry like I am, you have resources, okay? So anyways, I want to show you a couple videos kind of about the Wheels to Prosper thing, but I decided after that convention, I want to be part of that. It's been going on for about 3-4 years, and it's been going on all around the United States, except it's never been done in Washington yet. So I'm numero uno in Washington State. So I decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as the best, the biggest I can, and basically for 2 reasons. Because it gives a deserving person a vehicle, and that's just good, because there's people out there that really need a car, and the thing is, they cannot nominate themselves. Somebody else has to nominate them. This isn't like a raffle, like, you know, hey, I'm going to buy so many raffle tickets, hopefully I'm going to get the car. Somebody would have to nominate the other person, explain why they are a good candidate to receive a car. And most guys that I've seen that have done this program get anywhere from 30 to 50 applicants for the car. I'll have a panel of 3 people that are going to be judges, and they're going to decide who's going to get the car. I'm not going to have anything to do with that, but I'm going to announce the winner the last Saturday of July this summer. So what I'd like to do is show just a couple videos here. I'm hoping you guys can see this. These are a couple guys that have done the Wheels to Prosper. Let's see.
Okay. You can turn down.
How much time I have, John? Okay, I think we're going to make it.
You don't have to be big to make a difference.
Jim Anderson knows how hard people work to build a life for themselves. He's done it himself, growing Anderson Automotive from a simple home repair shop. He also has a big heart and lives by his father's advice.
Boys, if you ever get to a point where you have a little something in life, don't ever forget the people that helped you get there.
During the last recession, Jim found a way to put those words into action. Wheels of Change is that device. A program that virtually gives away automobiles to generous people who could use a new ride.
Just think about that person that you always see going out of the way for everybody else and always puts themselves last. That's the person that we want to find.
Now in its 5th year, the Wheels of Change prize this time is this 2001 Honda Accord. It's a fixer-upper.
We had color all the way down here, so it matched right up with the bumper.
Wade's Auto Collision touched up this year's Honda with Advanced Auto Parts donating other needs. The buy-in from local businesses extends even to Jim's mechanics.
The fact that we can help out somebody and do something that can change somebody else's life, I think is amazing.
The only catch, the recipient pays $1 for the car, for good reason.
So when they go to register the vehicle, they're paying sales tax on $1 instead of the appraised value if it was a gift.
Shop owners around the country like the idea so much, they've adopted Jim's program, giving away more than 30 vehicles.
Everywhere from California to Colorado to Chicago, down southeast United States, New Mexico, everywhere.
And Jim says the hundreds of nominations he gets is a great reminder that there is a lot of good in the world.
What I find is every year as I'm reading all these letters, I wish I had 20 cars to give away.
Okay, another one here. This is kind of a follow-up.
You might have to hold down the power button. Oh, no, we have a computer expert coming to your left.
We have a special created in the corridor font.
Wow. That was awesome.
You want fast results. Pick win. Wow.
Isn't that, now that's perfect. I was doing what he just did, but when he touched it, it worked. All right. Let's see if I get this going.
Very good PR for your firm.
All right, we're gonna try this one more time here.
Tonight we have a special created in the corridor follow-up. Last month we told you about the Wheels of Change program created by Anderson Automotive in Marion. It provides a car for just $1 to a very deserving person who looks out for others. All of these letters nominated a high school senior who now has a new set of wheels.
You would happen to have $1.
Just $1 plus a lot of hard work, and Taryn Tanner's life is changed. And it happened in front of her peers. These students thought they had gathered to celebrate all the student assistance programming at Linn-Mar High School. What they saw was more inspiring.
It was wonderful.
Powerful message for all those students.
Absolutely powerful.
Taryn has overcome significant obstacles in her home life, leading to her living independently, buying her own groceries, and holding down a job, all while completing her studies.
A lot of people that had to deal with some of the things she dealt with would have probably just cashed in, given up, shut down, dropped out, and she just kept coming to school and working and making it happen. And
on top of that, Taryn has been a mentor to other students in need of help.
She's really become a leader with her peers to make good choices.
Taryn has been a role model at Linn-Mar, where she graduates this month. And now, with her Honda Accord,
I get to go to college.
and joining me in the studio is Taryn Tanner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot of these letters have many good things to say about what you've been able to accomplish over several years. What does this mean to you, Taryn?
It means that I can go to college without a lot of debt already, so I can finish it. I can help my siblings. I can just start off like being an independent adult.
We heard you say, I get to go to college. What are your college plans?
I hope to go to Capri. I'll be accepted as soon as I send my transcript in, and then I will go there and hopefully I can start working at Urban Vintage, which is my hairdresser's place. I love her.
Well, you have the night off from work tonight to be here. So thanks to your boss at Walgreens for giving you the night off. And tomorrow's your last day of school?
Tomorrow is my last day of school.
Again, congratulations and
Thank
all
you.
the best. Yeah. And by the way, thanks to Jim Anderson for his Wheels of Change program.
Okay, had one others, we're short on time, yes. You guys get the picture? The last part is the best part, you know, it's like, and thanks to Jim Anderson, you know. So I've already talked to a couple friends I know. I love this program. There's a ton of videos. If you ever want to know more about it, just go to YouTube, put Wheels to Prosper. It went from Wheels to Change. It got adapted as part of this bigger group. They call it Wheels to Prosper now. Anyways, I think it's awesome. It's just some real touching stories about people that really, really, really need cars. That, you know, deserving people, not just like, hey, I want a car, you know, I'm the winner. It changes their life. So I made a couple contacts with friends that I know just initially after, you know, hopping on board with this. And my really good friend Randy at B&B Auto Sales, I said, hey, here's what I'm doing. And he said, you know, what can I do to help? I said, well, I need a car. And he goes, okay, no problem, get your car. So, you know, I'm in the industry, I know the people, so I have the capability of doing some good. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So I know I'm out of time. Does anybody have any questions real quick?
Do you need any more help from anyone?
Thank you. Yes, I probably will, and I'll be giving you guys more information about this. I'm just in the beginning stages of it, but I'm going to be, sending out press releases, all kinds of stuff. But I'm just in the stage where we're just working on getting the car. But this is kind of the game plan. But yeah, I will need some more help, and also there will be a link on my website that'll have information about it, and also applications. So if anybody knows somebody that needs a car, certainly. Welcome you to write a little story and apply. So, okay, thank you very much.